Hey, I'm Nate.
And I'm Sky. Welcome to Say It Real, the podcast that helps you speak real English with confidence.
We kick things off with good vibes and real talk.
So grab your headphones and let's get started.
Welcome back to Say It Real, the podcast that helps you build real confidence in English. I'm Nate.
And I'm Sky. We're so glad you're here with us today. So, Nate, let's jump right in. I have a question for our listeners and for you.
Ooh, okay, I'm ready.
Have you ever had that feeling you've studied grammar, you know all the vocabulary, but the moment a native speaker starts talking, it just sounds like a blur, like a wall of sound?
100%. It's the worst, right? You feel so prepared, and then in a real conversation, it's like your brain just freezes. You're left just nodding and smiling. It's so frustrating.
Take us back to a specific moment. When did you feel this the most intensely?
Oh man, okay, I have the perfect story. It was a few years ago. I had just started a new job in an English-speaking office. I was so proud. My reading and writing were pretty strong, you know? I could handle emails, reports. I felt like I had finally made it.
That's a great feeling. You feel so competent.
Exactly. So my new team invited me out for a welcome lunch. We went to this noisy, busy restaurant, lots of people talking, music playing, and everyone was just, chatting and laughing. It was all very casual.
The ultimate test for a language learner.
Seriously. And at one point, my boss tells this story, and everyone at the table erupts in laughter, like a huge, genuine laugh. And I was just sitting there, smiling and nodding like a bobblehead, but inside I was in total panic.
Because you didn't get the joke.
I didn't get anything. It wasn't just the punchline. The whole story just flew right past me. It was like a wave of sounds. I heard the rhythm, I heard the up and down of his voice, but the actual words, they were just a complete blur.
So let me ask you this. Was it because he used really difficult, high-level vocabulary?
No, that's the crazy part. Later, I asked my work friend what he had said, and when she explained it, I knew every single word. The vocabulary was simple, but the way he said it, for instance, I remember she told me he said something like, he should have known better. But it came out sounding like he should have known better.
Ah, the classic shoulda. Should have becomes shoulda, would have becomes woulda.
Exactly. My brain was listening for should have. It wasn't programmed to hear shoulda. And the whole story was like that. It was all mushed together. And I just felt so isolated, so stupid, honestly. I felt like a fraud, like I didn't belong there.
Oh, that's such a heavy feeling, but it's so universal. And that moment you described, that's the heart of the issue, isn't it? It's the gap between textbook English and real-world spoken English.
It is. And that lunch was the moment I realized that if I really wanted to be fluent, truly confident, I had to learn to understand this other version of English, the fast, messy, real version.
Ah, that story is so relatable, and it perfectly captures the problem. It isn't that you don't know the words. The issue is how those words sound in real, fast speech. The secret to understanding native speakers isn't more vocabulary. It's understanding something called connected speech.
Connected speech. Okay, that sounds important. What is it exactly?
Think of it as the glue that holds sentences together. In textbooks, you learn words like, what are you doing? 4 separate words. But in a real conversation, a native speaker says something that sounds like one word. What you doing?
Right. The sounds all blend together. It's like the spaces between the words disappear.
Exactly. Our brains are efficient, so we link words, we drop sounds, and we reduce common phrases. For example, we don't say going to, we say gonna. We don't say want to, we say wanna.
Or like, did you eat becomes, did you eat? It sounds so different.
Totally. And it's not just blending words. Sometimes sounds just disappear. It's a specific feature of connected speech called elision. For example, in the word friendship, almost no native speaker clearly says the D sound. It just becomes friendship.
Oh, that's a great example. Or like how next door becomes next door. The T just vanishes to make it flow better. And what about those tiny little words that seem to get swallowed up? Like how a cup of tea becomes A cup of tea.
Yes, that's a perfect example of weak forms. Function words like for, to, and of aren't stressed, so they get super reduced. So a phrase like, I'm going to the store, sounds more like, I'm going to the store. That little t sound is so weak and quick, it's really easy to miss if you're listening for a full, clear to.
That's probably why it feels like we're missing words. Our brains are waiting for a sound that's barely even there. So it's not just random or lazy speech, it's a real system for efficiency.
Exactly. And there's another thing that happens all the time, which is linking. It's how we make sentences sound smooth instead of choppy.
Linking? You mean like connecting words together so there are no gaps?
Precisely. The most common one is when a word ends with a consonant sound and the next word starts with a vowel sound. We just stick them together, like in turn off. We don't say turn off, we say turn off. The N sound links directly to the O.
Oh, I see. So an apple becomes an apple, or read it becomes read it. Wow, I never thought about it like that, but it's so true. It feels so much more natural to say it that way.
Right? And it even happens between vowels. It's called vowel to vowel linking. To avoid a weird pause between two vowel sounds, we sneak in a tiny Y or W sound. For example, in I agree, we naturally add a little Y sound. I agree.
Whoa, mind blown. You're right. I can feel it in my mouth when I say it. I agree. What about a W sound?
Think about go out. We don't say go out, we become go out. That little W glides between the two vowels. It's totally subconscious, but it's a huge part of why native speech sounds so fluid.
This is fascinating. So we have blending like dija, we have dropping sounds like friendship, and we have linking like turn off and go out. No wonder it's hard to catch every word. It's like the words are all holding hands and dancing together.
I love that metaphor, holding hands and dancing. And sometimes they don't just hold hands, they actually change each other. That's called assimilation.
Okay, you're going deep now. Assimilation? What's that?
It's when a sound changes to become more like the sound next to it. It's all about making the transition easier for our mouths. For instance, if you say 10 boys really fast, what do you hear?
10 boys. 10 boys. It sounds like 10 boys. The N sound turns into an M sound. Why does it do that?
Because the B in boys is a bilabial sound, meaning you make it with both lips. The M sound is also bilabial, so your mouth is getting ready for the B sound early and it changes the N to an M because it's easier and faster. It's pure efficiency.
That's incredible. So our mouth are just lazy in a really smart way. Does this happen a lot?
All the time, like in the phrase in person. The N is often pronounced as an M sound, in person, because the P in person is also made with the lips, or how green park can sound like green park.
Okay, so let me see if I got this right. My brain hears 10 boys, and it's looking for a word that starts with 10, but the real word is 10. So my brain gets confused and just short circuits?
That's the perfect way to describe it. Your brain is looking for the dictionary pronunciation, but real life gives you the connected speech version. The key isn't to fight it, but to start recognizing these patterns. Once you know that did you can be didja and don't you can be don'tcha, you start to hear them everywhere.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for English. Suddenly, the jumbled mess starts to look like a real message. You just have to know the code.
Exactly. And the code isn't that complicated once you see the patterns. It's all about sounds blending, linking, changing, or disappearing. And all for one reason, to make speech faster and smoother.
So, really, the first step for our listeners is just awareness. Just knowing that these things exist is a huge part of the battle, right?
You stop blaming yourself for not understanding and start listening for these specific features.
It does, and this is where the psychology comes in. The psychological trap is trying to hear every single word perfectly, like in a textbook. When your brain can't do that, it panics and shuts down. The key is to train your brain to listen for the overall rhythm and patterns, not for individual perfect sounds.
Okay, so we need to stop stressing about perfection and start listening for the flow. I love that. So, how can our listeners practically start training their ears for this?
Great question. We have 3 practical techniques you can start using today. Tip number 1 is daily exposure to real English. Find a podcast, a YouTube channel, or a TV show you love, and listen for 15 to 20 minutes every single day. At first, you won't understand everything, and that's okay. The goal is to get your brain used to the natural rhythm.
Love that. Consistency is key. What's tip number 2?
Tip 2 is a powerful technique called shadowing. This is where you listen to a short phrase and repeat it immediately, trying to copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation exactly. So you're not just listening, you're physically producing the sounds.
It feels a bit strange at first, but it's amazing for building muscle memory. And tip number 3?
Tip 3 is to use subtitles strategically. Don't just turn them on and read. Try this instead. First, watch a short scene without subtitles and see what you can catch. Then, watch it again with subtitles to fill in the gaps. You'll have these aha moments where you realize, oh, that's what didja means.
Such great advice. It's about being an active, not a passive listener. Okay, should we try a little practice right now? Let's do some guided repetition.
Let's do it. I'll say the phrase clearly, the way you'd see it written.
And I'll say it the natural, connected way. Listen to my version, then pause and repeat it. Ready? First one.
What are you doing?
What you doing? Okay, next one.
I am going to leave.
I'm gonna leave. Awesome. Last one.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Do you want a cup of tea? Nice job. It's all about getting comfortable with these new sounds.
Okay, now for a little test. Don't worry, it's a fun one. Nate is going to say a sentence in a natural, connected way. Your job is to listen and decide if the statement I make about it is true or false. Ready, Nate?
I'm ready. Here's the sentence. I should have told him I don't know where he's got to go.
Okay, true or false? Nate knows where the person needs to go. The answer is false. She said, I don't know, which means I don't know.
You got it. Okay, one more. Give me a minute. I'm trying to find my keys.
All right, true or false? Nate is looking for her keys right now. The answer is true. Tryna is the reduced form of trying to.
Okay, you're doing great. Here's number 3. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay, true or false? Nate is offering to help. The answer is true. Lemme means let me, and ya means you.
Perfect. Last one. He must have been in a hurry.
And true or false? The person Nate is talking about was definitely in a hurry in the past. The answer is true. Must've is the connected speech for must have, which we use to make a logical conclusion about a past event.
Amazing. See? You're already getting it.
So let's do a quick recap of the key vocabulary from today. The big one is connected speech, which is how native speakers naturally blend words together.
And within that, we have reductions, which are shortened phrases like gonna for going to and wanna for want to.
And linking, where the end of one word flows into the beginning of the next, like an apple sounding like an apple.
Exactly. The most important thing to remember is that this is a journey. It takes patience and consistent practice, but you can and you will train your ear. Don't let that feeling of frustration stop you. Every time you listen, you're getting a little bit better.
That's the perfect note to end on. Be kind to yourself, celebrate the small wins, and keep practicing. You've got this.
And if this episode was helpful, we'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next one.
Please leave us a comment below. We read every single one. And we'd love to know what topic you'd like us to cover next. Your ideas help us make the show better for you.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll talk to you next time on Say It Real.